do we have hope when it's not around us? How can we feel more hopeful and not allow negativity in when there's so many negative things that are around us? How do we do this? All right, so I'm going to talk about this today. I'm going to talk about how we can be more hopeful, have more hope when it's not around us and when there's a lot of things around us and a lot of things that are changing. My name is Heidi Waldoch. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist and also the owner of Bridge and Hope Counseling. We are an agency, mental health agency based out of Lino Lakes, Rogers, and Buffalo, Minnesota. We do telehealth, and we also do in-person office visits, just depending on the therapist and the location. We take all insurances, and we do also do groups. So please check out our website and also check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel and click the bell for notifications to see more of our new videos that we have coming on. So I kind of struggled. I've really wanted to do this video for a while now, actually from the beginning of COVID, and I have struggled to do this. It's not because I don't have a lot to say, because I do, but I struggled because I didn't want to offend anyone. I know that might sound kind of weird, like why would you be offending somebody doing a video on hope? Why would that be offensive? Well, because sometimes when you're going through a difficult time, the last thing that you want is somebody giving you a hopeful message. I know that kind of sounds kind of backwards, but it feels like it's like, okay, you're not getting me, you're not getting it. And so you kind of reject that. And I was kind of struggling with like, what am I trying to say? What is it that I'm wanting people to hear? Because it's like, oh, there's that cheerful, annoying person and you don't even want to be around them. And that's not it. That's not what I'm trying to be. I'm not trying to be this cheerful, annoying person. I'm really genuinely trying to bring hope. So I'm going to break this down and see, kind of share with you some of the things that I've kind of gotten throughout these last few months. So if you think about this, so are you feeling despair? Are you feeling depressed, anxious? Are you feeling grief, emptiness? Are you feeling powerless? Are you feeling hopeless? All right. And so when you're feeling these things, if I were to say, you can be hopeful, it's going to be okay, you're thinking, no, it's not going to be okay. No, nothing around me is okay. I don't feel okay. So you know to yourself, okay, I don't want to engage with that person because you're feeling all of these really, really difficult things. And so it's like, I'm not gonna accept that. So is this you? As I'm sharing this with you, does that feel like, yep, that's me sometimes? Yep, I don't want to receive that. I mean, I can be there too. So I get it. I'm saying this not because I'm always this hopeful person. I'm saying it because I know what it's like to be in that struggling place. So have you lost your hope? So let's say there is someone that is genuinely trying to help you. Do you feel like you've lost your hope? Do you feel like you've lost that ability to let someone in that you know is safe and is genuinely trying to help you? So if you have, I'm here to give you some hope today. All right, so be open to receive it from me. And as you listen to this, if you're thinking, no way, I'm not ready for this, I won't be offended. I've gotten to the point where I'm like, it's all right. I just have to, I know where my heart is at. My heart is genuinely wanting to bring hope. If you're not at that place, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Don't watch it. You can watch it later. Maybe you're not there yet, but maybe be open to kind of hearing some of what I have to say, because the reason why I'm doing this is because I know there are some people that do need the hope, and it's the right time and the right place for you to hear it. I want to empower you when you're watching this to see that it's your choice. All right, we can be empowered to bring hope into our life. I know sometimes we think, no, I did not, it's not my choice. Yes, it is. All right, so I can like feel it in my bones that like I needed to do this video. All right, so I'm grateful for those of you that are watching. Thank you for watching this video because I need to give out this hope, and I hope that you feel encouraged by the end of this. So during this time, there is a lot that's unknown. There's a lot of things that are changing, and everybody's in different parts of the country or the world, but I see it. So I see this. When we focus on this, when we focus on the unknown, when we focus on the unchanging or the changes, what are the things that are changing for hours a day, days on end, that despair or depression can creep in, and it starts to make roots in our heart and in our soul. So it's like when we plant a seed, we don't see that it's growing and it's super, super big. And all of a sudden we'll look up and realize there's this big black tree with all these bats flying out of it. And you're like, oh my gosh, did I plant that tree? Yes, you planted that tree. I planted that tree, okay? Just by allowing the negativity and the fear to grow, we have that power to do that. So even if there's other people or entities that are giving us the information, it's still our power to let it in and to let it grow. Are you tracking with me? I'm wanting to be encouraging here. So I'm speaking this for myself too. So when we realize that spreading hope, and some people maybe aren't ready to receive it, is because sometimes we just don't feel heard. We need to feel heard, and that we're sad or we're hurt. We need to feel heard that we're tired, that we're angry, that we're afraid, that we're just like exhausted. We need to feel heard. We need to be seen. When we feel when we're honestly and genuinely heard and seen, we're then open to receive hope. Okay, so when I really slow down and I see like, oh, okay, I'm struggling right now. I can identify that I'm struggling. I'm open to receive hope. It's like this like natural result to receive it because I'm acknowledging that there is some pain that's there. All right. And when we slow down and really allow ourselves to just see people and love them where they're at, hope is also a natural result. Sometimes we just bypass. We just go quick through because we're in this pain, and we just don't slow down enough to say, you know what, I actually need to stop and I have to pay attention to this so that I can move to the next place, which is hopefulness. All right, so how can I actually do this? What are the steps? How can I find hope when it's not around you or when it's not around me? How is this possible? How can you find hope when you don't see it or feel it? So I'm going to start with a quote first before I start this. So Martin Luther said that everything that is done in this world is done by hope. So if you think about that, anything that we start, before we start it, we have hope before we started it. So it's this little thing that kind of is there, like, oh, I want to do that. Well, that's hope. Okay, there's a little piece of hope. So the first one, number one, is you need to allow yourself to be heard and acknowledge that there is pain. Okay, so I am here to say to you right now that I see you. I hear you. I see the sadness. I see the hurt. I see the fear. I see the pain. I see the anxiety, the depression. I see the anger. I see the frustration. I see the exhaustion. I see the hopelessness. And I'm giving you a huge, big hug. If I was in front of you, I would give you a big hug and telling you that you're doing a remarkable job juggling a lot of things. I am so proud of you, and I am inspired by you. Take a good moment and allow yourself to receive this love that I'm giving. And if some of you are watching me, you're like, no way, I don't know you either. You're just some chick on the computer. Okay, I'm a real person. Yes, I'm a therapist, but I'm also a mom and a wife and a friend and a colleague. I struggle with these things just like you do. I am a real person. And if, as you're listening to me, if you can feel something like in your gut or in your heart, and you're like, okay, that did actually feel kind of good. Let yourself go there. Let yourself go there. It means that you're allowing yourself to receive some of it. Sit in it. Okay, give yourself permission to just stay in it. Stay in that place of receiving. Yeah, I'm struggling. Yes, I'm having a hard time. Okay, don't judge how long you need to stay in this place. All right, some people need time to process things longer than others. Sometimes we need to process things with different people. It's okay. We all process things differently. Breathe and take a moment and just sit in wherever it is that you're at and just receive that place, that acknowledgement, and just that you're feeling heard and you're feeling loved. Number two is you need to say yes to hope. You have to decide that you want it. You have to take the step. There has to be a little seed inside of you that's saying, I want hope instead of despair. Christopher Reeve is quoted saying that once you choose hope, anything is possible. So you need to say out loud, I'm hopeful about fill in the blank, my kids, my home, my car, my shoes, all right, the chair that I'm sitting in, whatever it is. When you say this, you don't have to feel that it's true, but you have to just say it. It's a start, okay? Like a tiny seed in the ground, like I was saying before, we can plant a seed of hope. All right, we just see the dirt. We don't see the plant. We don't see the seed. You just see the dirt. But just like the negativity, we have the power to do something about this. So we can plant that positive seed and we can allow it to grow. Okay, have faith and be like, okay, I know that this can grow. Just like the negative seed grew, this one can also grow. I believe in you and I know you can do this. Number third is you need to reject the negativity. So we got to be able to acknowledge it, like, oh, that's negativity coming in. Okay, I'm noticing that, and we got to just reject it. Okay, notice it and say out loud, I am not letting that into my life. All right, I'm not saying ignore reality and float on a cloud. I'm not saying that. But if something is not producing fruit and joy into your life, it's not something you really should be bringing in. One way to do this, stop watching or listening to the news. If you do, only do it for a short period of time, and then just notice how you feel afterwards. And if you're noticing, yeah, I feel hopeful, okay, well then that's the okay thing. If you notice that you're feeling hopeless, then that's something that you should not be engaging in as much. It's the same thing with people that you're around. You know, in relationships that you have, if you notice that the interactions would leave you feeling not as good about yourself and hopeless, that's an indication for you to decrease the time with that person. Okay, same with different activities or other shows. Okay, just notice, I'm noticing that I'm feeling hopeless after engaging in that. So we just have to be aware of that and reject it. Don't let it in. Okay, and number 4 is fill yourself with intentional, hopeful things. This may sound a little basic, but I'm going to say something that might sound like a mom. Drink water. Seriously, there's science behind this and how it impacts our brain and our mental health. You want to eat healthy, take vitamins, get fresh air, get exercise, spend time with a friend who makes you laugh. Do something silly. Create a vision board. Go Google vision boards online and create one. Okay, fill your whole wall with one. Find a whole wall and create that. Write down goals with deadlines. Tell someone about your dreams. Okay, have you been having a dream to start a business? Write down the plans. Get going on it. Take the steps to do it. All right, and number 5 is seek outside support. This could be counseling. This could be talking to a supportive friend. It could be listening to an encouraging podcast or reading a really good book. Find someone outside of you that brings you hope. Okay, invest in yourself and be open, being vulnerable to an outside source and receive that love and support. All right, this will remind you of they will remind you of the hopeful decisions that you've made in the past, and they will encourage you to see what you have done. All right, so we can do this. We can move through difficulties with hope. This doesn't mean by bringing in more hope, that doesn't mean you're ignoring all difficulties, you're ignoring things in your life, but we can move through them with hope. So then when we're dealing with them, our eyes are more open, our eyes are more hopeful to take the steps of moving through these difficult choices. So I believe in you. I believe in all of you watching this. Thank you for watching. I give you permission to think and act beyond whence you once were and what's around you. Okay? You have the power to shift the atmosphere around you. You have the power to bring hope. To get there, we have to get out of these holes of despair. Okay, we got to recognize we're there so we can get out. I have allowed myself into these holes, so I am speaking out loud for myself as well. Okay, I'm taking these steps. We want to recognize the light that's beyond the darkness quicker, so we kind of get skilled at this. And then what happens is we believe in ourselves more. So we have more confidence in who we are. So I speak this to encourage you and to bring you hope. Yes, we don't have all the answers. This doesn't mean that everything difficult goes away, but we have the power to bring a seed into our lives of hope. So step into those big shoes that you don't think fit. They do. Hope shoes always fit. There is a beautiful, beautiful tree of hope ready to sprout out of you. It's big, bold, and amazing, and it has your face on it.